So we are going to do a...
Which Ajah are you?
We're going to do a which Ajah are you test. So which Ajah would you be in the Wheel of Time? Shout out to the good old Kate for taking some time out of her busy schedule to help us out in siphoning through a test that would be spoiler free. She looked through it and she was like, seems all right. And it was just sent it over to us. So hopefully this is good and not spoiler. I trust her. So
yeah,
we'll go from there. We also have, and I guess you can read that comment from someone in our community post that actually gave us a spoiler free description of the Ajah.
Yes, it was very, very brief descriptions, but just enough to know, which ones prioritize what things. So it's from Storytime with Miss Anna. Shout out. So she said the blue Ajah is concerned with causes and justice. Yellow Ajah, healing, as we've seen. Green is the battle Ajah for the fight against the dark.
Mm-hmm.
The brown Ajah, the learners, researchers, historians.
Say that again. I'm trying to process each
green?
one. No, start from the top. I'm trying to process each one. Sorry.
Blue Ajah
are
concerned with causes and justice.
Okay. So they're basically, are they like activists? Would you say like they're activists, or would they just be like more like, I don't know, what would you? Because I'm thinking about Moiraine.
Yeah.
Moiraine sucks, but that's just Moiraine.
But that's just Moiraine. She has her own agendas in general.
So causes and justice.
Yeah, this is the main, the main objective of the Ajahs.
Okay. So blue, justice.
Yeah.
And what else?
Causes.
Just causes and justice?
Yeah.
So they want retribution for stuff.
From what I'm getting, yes.
Okay.
The yellow is healing.
Yeah, that one.
Straightforward.
Yeah.
The green is the battle Ajah. So for the fight against the dark.
Okay, so they just be scrappy.
Yep, exactly.
Fighting. I'm writing all this stuff down in my own personal notes too, just to keep a track of everything.
The brown Ajah are the learners, researchers, historians.
I love those guys.
Yes, I am well aware. I feel like you would be a brown Ajah.
I would want to be, but I also have other traits, so that's what the test will have to help us figure it out. Yeah.
The red Ajah hunt men who can channel.
Boo! No, sorry. And they
personal distaste.
Yeah, they hunt
for men that can channel.
Yeah, hunt men channelers. Okay.
Yeah, the gray Ajah are the mediators and peacemakers.
That's also kind of me, though.
In certain situations, I'd say.
They feel like, so from what I understood, someone explained a little bit in another comment that that the gray Ajah are kind of like they're kind of like, anyway, so yeah, someone was saying that like the gray Ajah, they're kind of like they're good at persuasion. And like,
yeah, that is you.
I'm trying to say, like, they said like they're good at persuasion, they're good at like mediating things, kind of like talking their way through
and when
things.
I say Matthew's good at persuasion, I don't mean in a negative way.
Yeah, not in a negative
not like, oh, just go kick that child. It's like, no, it's not like that. It's like Matthew likes to persuade the people that he loves into watching certain shows.
Or to doing the right thing.
Or to do the right thing.
Or to motivate themselves.
Yeah. So like there's a lot of shows that I'm like on the fence about, and Matthew has like watched and he's like, no, it's a good show. It's like he'll persuade me to watch it. Or
I'm a good salesman.
Yes.
I know how to sell things, I think. But yeah.
Yeah. Finally, the white Ajah are the philosophers, which is also kind of
me.
So yeah, it's gonna be difficult for you.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there like a
light gray Ajah?
Like a light gray Ajah, right?
Yeah, because you're kind of all over the place.
Just make me a rogue Ajah. Just call me, just make me a Ajah and I'll just do whatever. Because like I'm like a Renaissance man. Like I can't be locked into one
category. Yeah.
Like I like to do a lot of things. Like I'm a martial artist. I like to read. I like to read things that I like to read. To make that clear, I don't just to read everything, but I like to read things that I'm invested in. I like to study things I'm invested in. And I'm also good at persuasion and mediating conflict.
Yeah.
And but I'm also good at like standing up for people's rights.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Both of us like can't just be doing one thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would want to be just one kind of Ajah.
Yeah.
You know,
like, it's kind of why I never. It's kind of one of the reasons why I never went to college. Fun fact about me: never went to college because I just never. I didn't necessarily believe in like paying money I didn't have at the time to study something I knew I'd change my mind about in like 2 years.
No, I'm in the same boat. I never went either. So I was always like in between certain things. Yeah. And I'm like, this piques my interest, but for how long?
Right. I don't know. It just might be an ADHD thing. I don't know. I just feel like I knew I had my one main interest, which was like music and like film and stuff. So I probably would have maybe eventually ended up down that road of maybe, a part of me still wants to be, a professional film composer at some point in my life. Like I want to make music for movies. So I think maybe I would have I did audition for a music college. I'm getting kind of sidetracked, but I did audition for a music college at one point. Didn't get in, but I got discouraged and never tried again. So maybe if I tried again, things would have been different. Yeah. And I could have went down that path. Definitely. But I also like other things though. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll see which Ajah we are. The test will decide.
Which one do you think you get? Which one do you think you're more likely to get?
I feel like I might get a gray. I'm gray, brown, or white, man. Just one of those three. Yeah, I'd be shocked if it was anything other than that.
I don't know what I would get. My heart says green because I like green. It's my favorite color, but I know it's not realistic either. I could get yellow. I have a lot of medical knowledge.
Yeah, you do. And at the time of the recording of this video, I had asked Kate if she could also help with summarizations of the Ajah, and she literally just messaged me. It'll be like as you're watching, she just messaged me. When do you film? I was just like, filming now.
Yeah, a little late on that. Sorry.
Yeah. Like, do you need me to do some quick summarizing? We just kind of got past that, but I'll just say yes for now. At the time of watching this video.
Kate probably has more answers too. She's very good at condensing stuff.
You're saying yeah.
I don't know what I would be. What do you think I would be?
I feel like I'm kind of leaning towards healing. I don't think you necessarily have like your personal strong suits for gray based on the descriptions that we got. Because you're not really like socially like proficient in that way. No,
I'm not at all. Yeah. I would be shocked if it came up as gray.
I would be shocked too, but maybe
I'm a people pleaser. I am not a mediator in any means.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it might help you find out something about yourself you don't know. Who knows?
I mean, you really never know.
Philosophy, I know it's definitely a no. I would be so shocked if you actually got philosophy because you're not into that.
Yeah.
In that way,
I did take a philosophy class though in high school.
Yeah.
Like out of
were you into philosophy like that? Like would you say like you were like genuinely into philosophy?
I'm into like morality and the study of that. That was a big thing we covered in that class.
Yeah. So I feel like that's just like a subcategory for in philosophy. I mean, well, yeah. I guess it just depends because philosophy can it's not just one thing. It's like many conversations you can have.
Yeah. I'm very interested in like what we consider right and what we consider wrong, and all the nuances in between those. I think it's a very interesting topic.
I think so. I mean,
maybe that's why I'm into Wheel of Time.
Possibly,
because there is a lot of that in this.
Well, you never know. You might get philosophy and get a white Ajah.
It's possible. I'm not 100%. I will, but I won't turn it down as a possibility for sure.
If I had to choose for you, you're very interesting because it's like
I have a lot of things.
Yeah, you do, because like for Brown, you're not okay. I have to make this clear. So for like Brown, you're into history, but very specific history. Like very specific. Like it would have to be like something that you're in. Like if there was like a, I don't know, like a serial killer thing, you'd probably go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like
let me clarify this, right? I don't glorify serial killers. I want to make that very clear, because there are people that do.
Okay.
I find the psychology behind them interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, just like the study of like understanding, like not understanding, but like just studying history in general. Because, like those people are part of history. Yeah. For bad, for good or bad, but regardless.
I do have to clarify that though, because there are some.
Yeah, some people who like that.
Yeah. I am in no means a hibistrophiliac.
Okay, yeah. I see. There you go. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
That was a term.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. She just likes to study like the events in terms of like how it played out. Like historical standpoint.
Yeah. Not a
glorification type of thing.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, I like to know a little bit about everything. I was very proficient in my history classes in school. It was never, I would complete tests. Like I would sometimes like bribe my teachers to give me the finals early and stuff just so I could get it done. Because I genuinely loved studying different aspects of history.
I understand.
Like I love history because for me it was just, it's stories of our lives, and I love stories. So I was like, okay, well, I like to study like literally everything, and every day I learned something. Like I used to just go through Wikipedia sometimes and see what's some random information that I did not know today.
Yeah, and I do that a lot.
Yeah, I still do that often. And so that's what I'm trying to say. It's hard for me to kind of like pick personally.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose for you to answer your question to get back to that, I don't know. I'm seeing more like yellow, maybe white, and maybe brown.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna get green. I just want to wear green because I love green, but I don't think I'd be a green. I definitely don't think so.
Okay, let's get into this thing, guys. Let's do this. I know we spent a little extra time talking.
Yeah, probably cut some of this out for YouTube, but
possibly, yeah. Yeah, we'll probably cut out some of that conversation, honestly, for YouTube. Just leave it a Patreon thing. Okay, so this is the Which Ajah Would You Be in Wheel of Time by Maria Helen from Kotev. Is Kotev.com or whatever this is. So, okay.
I used to be on this a lot when I was younger.
Oh, you know about this website?
I do know about this website.
Okay, so I think was it 12 questions, I would assume? I
believe so. That looks like it should be 12 questions.
All right, feel free to go ahead and read it out.
Starting off with a hard question. Lovely. What would you say drives you the most in life out of these options? A desire to do good / change things for the better, knowledge and or fantasy, spite, or a desire to bring about justice? It's a very difficult question. They're not lying.
That's a very hard question to ask.
Yeah, just right off the bat. It's
the first question.
Right.
Like a mad difficult question.
It's very hard because, like, in certain situations, I am driven by spite.
That is very true.
I just, like, if someone tells me I can't do something, I'm gonna do it just to prove them wrong.
Yeah. I mean, answer truthfully.
I'm really thinking, because I don't go about my daily life just thinking about any of these specific topics.
Yeah. But if you had to, like...
I feel like the most thing that I would do in, like, a day-to-day life, like I said, if someone was gonna tell me I can't do something, because this happens a lot in our, like, day-to-day.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you do it on purpose just to get me to do something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you won't do the dishes.
Well,
it's like, watch me. I'm gonna.
That's also my persuasion techniques. But anyway, so...
Yeah. Honestly, I'd probably say spite.
You say spite?
If I'm being
Be honest, yeah.
If I'm being really real, I think spite is driving me the most.
Okay. Okay.
As horrible as that sounds.
Be honest, man. Nothing wrong.
Is violence ever the answer? Almost never. Sometimes it depends on the situation, much more often than people think it is. My gut reaction says sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
I could have just showed that there is.
Right. I do think sometimes that, it needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if there was a situation where, someone's like trying to come at me or, I'm not going to be the one to initiate something.
Yeah.
But if something were to happen, I'm going to defend myself.
Okay.
So
sometimes,
as my mama always said, you never hit first, but you always end it. I've been told that all my life. So
all right. Well, sometimes.
Yeah. What do you enjoy the most out of these? Talking/interacting with those similar to me, reading fiction, learning, gaining knowledge and insight, real world experiences, trying something new. I like trying new things.
Trying something new?
Yeah. I mean, I'm always like kind of looking for, stuff for us to do.
That's true. That is very true.
I feel like, yeah. Pick one. Stay home, go out. That's also difficult though, because sometimes I like to stay home, sometimes I like to go out.
Which one is calling you now at this moment? If you had to really like focus on one, like what do you think? Like if you had to like look at your past year, the past 5 years of your life, if you had to compile what you did the most and what you enjoyed doing the most, would it be staying at home or would it be going out?
That's a really hard question though.
There is no wrong answer.
I'm aware, but either way, like, cause there's the weekends, I like to at least go out like once, cause I get very like stuffy in the house.
But out of the 7 days of the week though.
Out of the 7 days of the week, majority of the time I want to stay home.
So I guess
stay home.
Numerically,
yeah.
You got an answer right there.
Yeah. Pick one: eternity, life, death, or time.
That's a good question.
That's a hard question.
That's a very good question, I think.
Eternity, life, death, or time? I feel like the one that encompasses all of it is life.
Okay, that's what you're choosing?
Yeah. Are your convictions and opinions set in stone, or are they more fluid? Set in stone, fluid. I like to think that my deepest beliefs are above petty opinions. I mean, I'd say fluid. Mm-hmm. I can be changed. I have some opinions that are set in stone.
Yeah.
But I feel like for the most part, I'm pretty fluid.
Okay.
I can, go in between. What are your biggest flaws? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
Prone to meddling and lying? No, I don't really do that.
Yeah.
Prone to single-mindedness and being rather mundane? I don't think so. Prone to anger and violence? Not really. Prone to isolation and inactivity? Prone to inattentiveness and restlessness? Well... prone to being overly rational and lacking sympathy. I'd have to say inattentiveness.
Inattentiveness?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got ADHD, y'all. Like, pick the quote that resonates with you the most. Hell is empty and all the devils are there.
Are here.
Oh, I can't read. Can only come to the morning through the shadows. A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. A man who never reads lives only one. Damn, that one's deep.
That's a very deep one, R.
Raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. That one's deep too.
That one's deep too, yeah.
I want to be a healer and love all things that grow and are not barren. So comes snow after fire, and even dragons have their endings. Ooh.
Damn.
Is that another George R.R. one? Or no, I
can't actually see who that is.
Yeah. It looked like Tolkien.
I'm just mad that there's not a Edgar Allan Poe quote on here for me.
Yeah, that would be yours.
That would be the one I chose.
The 2 most important days in your life are the day you were born, the day you find out why. Oh,
Ooh.
Oh, damn. Okay. I'd have to say that one.
That's wild. That one stands out to you the most?
Yeah, I think so.
It resonates with you the most? Do you do you honestly resonate with this?
Okay. If I'm resonating, no.
Okay.
I think go down. I think the one I resonate the most. Go up. I'd say the George R.R. Martin one.
Which one?
The third. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. Reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one.
That's deep.
Yeah, it's deep. What is one of your main strengths? I am calm and somewhat wise. I am smart and easy to get along with. I am helpful and usually friendly. I am far-seeing and dynamic. I am rational and generally high-minded. I am proactive and have a fiery spirit. I am generally carefree and loving. I don't know what I am. Because I feel like some of these I'm a combination of
me too.
Different ones.
Yeah.
I am maybe rational? Do you feel like I'm rational? Do you feel like I'm rational?
You why you put me on the spot like that? Don't ask me that question. I'm your husband at the end of the day. Don't ask me that question. I'm not going to answer that one. Okay, if I'm answering truthfully, it depends, I would say.
So that's what I'm saying. Like some of these, like I am one of them, but not both.
If you want me to answer truthfully, and I'll be careful how I answer here, but
I'm not going to get upset with.
But I'll answer truthfully though, because you know I answer truthfully.
I pinky promise I will not be upset with you with your answer.
I know all the guys in the comments like, brother, don't do it, brother. Don't do it, brother. I think it depends for you. If I'm being honest here, there are moments where I don't think you use your rationality, but there's also a lot of moments where you do. Sometimes even more so than me. Yeah. I really think it depends on the gravity of the situation.
I don't know which is my main strength here.
I mean, I know what I see in you, but you gotta know the answer for yourself. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to influence your answer. I see some of the things that I see more in you than I see than others, but you gotta make that choice.
I find this very difficult. I feel like this is the hardest question.
I think so, yeah.
I'm not carefree at all. Not in the slightest, but I feel like I'm loving, you know?
Yeah.
That's how it's hard.
All right, so try not to overthink it. Just try to isolate it to which question has a combination that fits you better. Yeah. Don't try to think too much about one over the other.
I feel like the one that might be the most overall answer is the helpful and friendly.
Okay.
I got an RBF, but I feel like I'm friendly for the most part.
I think so. I mean, that's what I see in you. You're very helpful. You have a big heart. Yeah. You're careful who you share it with, but you have a pretty big heart. So
I'd say so. I feel like that might be the most overall.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, probably. Pick a part of my favorite character's mantra from A Song in Ice and Fire. Swift as a deer, quiet as a shadow, quick as a snake, calm as still water, fierce as a Wolverine, fear cuts deeper than swords. The man who fears losing has already lost. I feel like quiet as a shadow.
Quiet as a shadow?
Because I always be sneaking off and you don't even realize. Yeah. So
that's just a wife perk though, because we'll be in the store and then she'll be next to me and 2 seconds later I'm
just gone.
She's gone.
Yeah, and I'm very quiet in real life. Yeah. What do you think would be your role in a book? The unique, mysterious side character. I do not see myself fitting in any specific role in a story. The morally gray character, supporting character, the hero/heroine. I would like to be the mysterious side character.
Everybody's also the hero of their own story.
That's very true.
everybody's the main character of their own life. But sometimes I feel like an NPC and I'm a side character.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like that a lot. So I'm a mysterious side character. I'm gonna be the weird guy in the alley, just with the hood.
You gonna be Aragorn in the freaking bar?
Just with the little lantern.
So you're gonna be Aragorn in the bar, in the bar, in the tavern.
I want a cape.
You want a cape?
Yeah, I want just to be encased in a cloak.
Just for a cape.
Yeah.
Okay, last question.
Finally, pick the image that you vibe with the most.
Ooh.
Wait, there's another one at the bottom.
Oh, there's one more?
Yeah. Nah. Unless there's more. Scroll down just to make sure there's not. Okay. I would say maybe I'm having a hard time deciding between the middle left and the bottom left.
It's a little easier for me because I'm already pre-answering.
Yeah, I'm the one that's like more put on the spot.
Yeah.
I'd say bottom left.
Bottom left?
Yeah.
All right, you ready to see which Ajah you are?
Scared.
Let's see which
I'm
Ajah
so scared
that Shannon is. Oh!
I'm shocked by that.
You got a green.
The green Ajah are passionate, charismatic, honest individuals whose main focus is standing ready for the final battle. They can be frivolous and restless, but of the Aes Sedai are most likely to break social norms. They are often uncontrolled in their emotions for good or for ill.
I think that kind of describes a lot about you. Okay, you're green. And you wanted to wear green, so there you go. There's your answer.
There's my answer. Interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Gonna be a green.
Well, there you go. You're a green. There you go. Well, you wanted to be a green. So.
I did want to be a green, but I just find that very interesting. I really didn't think I was gonna be.
You resonate with Alana a lot, so
I do resonate with Alana.
You do like her character a lot, so I feel like I mean that makes a lot based on that description. I feel like that explains you in a bit, I think.
Yeah, I do think so.
All right, well, it's time for my turn.
All right. You got the easy job here.
Let's see
you got to see everything.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Ajah I would have been when men were allowed to channel. All right. So, I mean, I'll remember as I go, but
yeah.
Starting off with a hard question, what would you say drives you the most in life out of these options? So for me personally, spite doesn't drive me, but I feel like it just depends on the situation. It's one of my last resort options though.
Yeah.
A desire to bring about justice. I have that deep in my heart, but I'm also practical about accomplishing that. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to try to just go do something if I can't see the outcome properly. Mm-hmm. So knowledge and our fantasy is kind of up there. A desire to do good and change things for the better. That also kind of ties in with a desire to bring justice, because I do have those desires, but I'm also very practical about how it could happen.
Yeah.
So I would say out of those four options, knowledge and fantasy.
I was gonna say that because you always, think that knowledge is one of the more powerful things.
Yeah, I think
have.
So. I think information, whether you go to school or not. Like for me, my school is life, bro. I read everything. Yeah. I learn from everyone. I talk to all kinds of people.
You can be book smart, but you can also be street smart.
Yeah, and then you can just be a general sense of wisdom and smart.
Yeah,
like just being intelligent, because you can speak to a lot of different people and learn. Like especially like where we live. Like I've grown up talking to all different types of people who've had all different types of walks of life.
Yeah,
that's the benefit of being a Renaissance man, I guess, because like. I've always kind of envied people who were able to just know what they wanted to do and just follow that path their entire life. Mm-hmm. That's never been me. I've always wanted to, if I could explore the world, every week go to a different part of the world
You totally would.
Or a different part in time and talk to different people, I totally would do that because I like to just sit down and learn from people through speaking and reading and observing.
Definitely.
So I would definitely say knowledge for me.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to choose.
Yeah, I'm being honest with these answers here. So is violence ever the answer? Again, I'm kind of with you on sometimes it depends on the situation. Because I love martial arts. I always say I'm a martial artist. I love fighting. I'm not a professional martial artist. My martial arts journey is a journey. I'm still on that journey. I'm still learning. And I plan to continue learning. But as much as I love fighting and I love the martial arts, I don't love fighting.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of
seeking out a fight whenever you can.
Like I was just rewatching like, the Karate Kid movies, and I'm thinking about what Mr. Miyagi said to Daniel LaRusso in the first movie, is that he said he doesn't like to fight. Yeah. And Daniel LaRusso was like, but wait, don't you like fighting? Aren't you good? He's like, look, he was like, didn't you do these competitions? I fight for my life. He was like, I didn't fight for a trophy. I fought for my life. Yeah. So, and so I think violence, martial arts doesn't always have to be about fighting too, by the way. Martial arts can be very spiritual, but I won't get into that now. But to answer the question, I think I would honestly answer sometimes it depends on the situation. I don't think violence is always the answer, because some people shoot first, stab first, hit first and ask questions later, or never ask questions. But then again, if someone else chooses to be violent in a situation, I won't just sit there and do nothing. Exactly. I will defend myself and the people I love if I have to do so.
I couldn't see you just sitting back and doing nothing.
No. And if I did do that, it would be a very Doctor Strange reason. Yeah. Like I would have already analyzed the outcome.
Yeah, and like there's no point.
There's no point, or I would have found out another way to deal with this situation that doesn't resolve around fighting. Right. So that's what I would say. Sometimes it depends on the situation personally. Which do you enjoy the most out of these? Reading fiction, learning, gaining knowledge and insight, real world experiences, trying something new, talking, interacting with those similar to me. I don't like to always talk to people that are similar to me. I like to have good conversations with people. So if I meet someone with a different interest, if they're good at speaking, I would love to talk to them because they may know a lot of different things. But I feel like I'll never really learn much if I'm just talking to people who are like me all the time. Real world experiences and trying something new. I kind of see your dilemma, because that's me, but I'm also learning, gaining knowledge and insight.
Yeah, I feel.
And I'm also reading fiction. I'm like all of these things.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
No, I'll let you answer first before I answer, so I'm not swaying your decision.
Yeah, I'm kind of know where I'm going, but yeah, what are you thinking?
I think for you, I would say learning, gaining knowledge, and insight, because you can do those through a variety of different means.
Yeah, I think so.
Whether it is real world experiences or, just sitting at home. Yeah. On Twitter or, whatever. So I feel like that one is more like you.
I love learning in a fun way.
Yeah.
I don't like to sit in a classroom all day. That's never been my thing. I could not sit in a freaking lecture hall with somebody talking about, I need to learn in a more interactive way. But I would still like to learn the information. I would say that. Yeah. Pick one, stay home. The answer is stay at home. If I'm being honest, now I do like to go, just to clarify, because there's not a lot of nuance to this, but to clarify, I do like to go out, but it really depends where.
You like having a purpose for going out. If we're just going out to go out, then it's one thing. But I feel like in your day-to-day, you prefer to stay home.
Day-to-day, I prefer to stay home, but I also do want to see the world. I want to see different, I haven't even explored all of America yet. Yeah. Most people that live in the United States haven't. So I want to go to some of the great, places. I want to go to Yellowstone. I want to go to a lot of these, historical areas and things. So I want to go places. I do have places I want to go. But on my day-to-day, because some people, they have to go out once a day and things. So my day-to-day, if I'm being honest, my day-to-day option would be stay at home and travel at various points throughout the year would be my answer. Pick one: death, eternity, time, and life. Death. I find death a very interesting concept, and it's a conversation many people have. But it's not something. It's something that we all think about. At least I think about all the time. But I do think about it all the time. But not. I think about that's a whole deeper conversation. Eternity is another thing. Is another concept I think about a lot. But it's also like, I wouldn't want to be around for light forever. Like if I was living.
Very interesting, because I was having a conversation with one of our friends about that yesterday.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was. I wouldn't want to be around forever, but like, I would like to live a long time if it was very possible. But I would feel like there would need to be a limit on that. I wouldn't want to be around for 300 million years.
Right. It's like, all right, I can live until I'm like, all right, now I think I've had my time.
Yeah, because if I've made it to the end of time, like He Who Remains.
Yeah.
What kind of life is that?
Yeah.
You're the only one who remains, and at the edge of time. How fun is that? Like all your friends are dead, all the potential love. Imagine that. Like just having like. Let's use a real number. Let's use 3 million years. That's a possible number. Let's say you live 3 million years if the Earth survives that long.
Yeah.
3 million years in the future. Would you want to have like 100 different families, man? Like the whole world is just gonna be your DNA, bro. Like to answer that long question, I would not say eternity. Life, yes. I think my answer is really time, and I'll explain. I would love the ability to manipulate time, but not to live forever.
Clockmaster.
Yes, that's a fun fact. That's why my nickname is the Clockmaster. I have a story concept with that name, which I haven't revisited in such a long time. I still have the notes for that story concept. But it's based on a character that can manipulate time in a way. But like, I know I'm taking so long to answer this more than you, but you're analyzing. I'm processing how my mind is thinking about this. I would say time just because I would like to have more time, but I wouldn't want to be eternal, if that makes sense.
I understand.
Just the long and short to kind of sum it down. So time is my answer. I'm taking too long. I'm gonna try to speed up my answers for the next ones because I took too much time on that.
Not all of them are as deep.
Yeah. Are your convictions and opinions set in stone? I already had an answer for that. It's fluid. I'm set in stone about certain things. Like like Shan was saying, I'm not like this where I think my deepest beliefs are above petty opinions. I don't believe that. Maybe at one point I used to be like this, but I've grown past that. And now I'm more open to learning a lot of different things and different belief systems. So I would say fluid. What are one of your biggest flaws? I often think about this every day. Prone to meddling and lying. I used to lie a lot when I was younger, but that's because of I didn't have a lot of self-esteem and confidence about myself and things. So I used to lie a lot. That's not a problem now. Prone to single-mindedness and being rather mundane. That's not me. Prone to anger and violence when I was younger, but I had there's reasons for that, which you already know.
Yeah. That's not going to be discussed in this video.
That's a whole thing. But I used to be when I was a kid. For justified reasons.
Yes, very, very justified.
Very justified. Prone to isolation and inactivity. That's a high one for me.
Yeah.
But I don't like to not do nothing though.
Yeah, I feel like isolation in certain situations.
Yeah.
But also you don't like to be isolated.
Yeah. Like
we've discussed this in another video. Matthew doesn't like to be away from me for too long.
Yeah.
So
I'm in most relationships, like standard, like stereotypical relationships, like the guy is always the one that's like, I need my personal time. My wife is bothering me too much. I need to be a man and go to my man cave. That's not this relationship. Shannon is the one that's more that values personal time more than I do.
Not like, a stereotypical man in the situation. It's like, oh, my husband's bothering me or anything. It's never that. But I just like my own space to just do what I want to do.
Yep.
Without being bothered.
Yep.
Not that he's bothering, but the general.
Prone to inattentiveness and restlessness. No.
Yeah, I don't think you are.
It depends on the situation for me. Depends on if I'm having high anxiety that day or not.
That's also true. That's a very situational.
I would say out of all of this, I would say it's more prone to being overly rational and lacking sympathy.
Yeah. I feel like when you are being overly rational, you're just like, oh, but what you're saying just doesn't make sense.
I can be like that a lot. It is definitely a flaw of mine.
Yeah, it's been a learning curve for you trying to get used to that, but
especially like being married, you know, sometimes like I'll see something, and this is the conversation goes to earlier conversation when you asked if I think you're irrational. Like if there's a moment where I feel you're being irrational and feel like I'm being overly rational, instead of me trying to like just hear you out sometimes, I might just be like, that's not a logical answer.
Yeah.
What you're saying does not make sense on paper.
Yeah.
And I would just, you know, and it would take me like a couple of a few minutes of self-reflection to be like, maybe I was a little too harsh there. My wife just wanted a friend there, and I was just being too overly rational.
Yeah, you've gotten better at it.
Yeah, I've definitely. But the answer. The question is about being a flaw. It's definitely one of my flaws.
Yeah,
because I can be like that. I get that from my dad. He's like that in a way. My grandmother can be like that too. But like I'm like that with a lot of members of my family. Something I've cut back on a lot. But to answer the question, I would say this is probably one of my flaws.
Yeah, definitely.
Pick a quote that resonates. I was thinking about this. Did we get different ones?
No, this one.
Okay. Raise your words, not your voice. It is in rain that grows flowers, not thunder. I have to think about that one way too much, so I'd say no. I want to be a healer and love all things and grow and are not barren. I don't necessarily resonate with that one. So comes snow after fire, and even dragons have their endings. Not really that one. Not really that one either. Hell is empty and all the devils are here. I'm leaning more towards that. You can only come to the morning through the shadows. I'm also leaning towards that too. A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only once. I agree. So I agree with the bottom three. This one, the Mark Twain one is great, but I don't have an answer for that. Or I don't have a way to feel about that. Because it's something I'm still exploring.
Yeah.
Hell is empty and all the devils are here. I do agree with that a lot.
I feel like it's very intense.
It is very intense, but sadly, sometimes that's how I see the world. You know, I think humans can be very evil and, you know, very destructive and not caring. And we destroy our planet every day in various ways. Yeah. More ways that I can even want to even address in this video. So, you know, I think to an extent humans are the devils, but, you know, but I do feel like that in a way. But I also feel there's a lot of good in the world, and it's not all bad. I don't just have that one mindset that everything sucks.
Yeah.
A majority of things suck, but not everything. You can only come to the morning through the shadows. This one I think resonates with me. I think it's this one resonates with me the most. I've been through a lot of crap in my life and somehow have made it out to this point. What is one of your main strengths? I am smart and easy to get along with. Some people have said that about me. But I don't know if I see that in myself. I don't know. I'm helpful and usually friendly. I can be this way, but I'm also very cold, depending on who it is. I am so far seeing and dynamic. It's interesting. I feel like some of these are a little bit, or some of these questions different than yours, no?
No, they're the same.
I'm rational and generally high-minded. I am proactive and have a fiery spirit. A lot of that, I'm feeling like this is the dilemma you were in, because I feel like a lot of these describe me in a way.
Yeah, this one I do feel is the hardest question.
Yeah. I'm generally carefree and loving. I have my moments, man. Like, I have my moments where I can be very carefree and very loving. But it's not a 99% of the day.
I don't think you are generally carefree, though.
I'm calm and somewhat wise. I would say mostly, but it also depends on my anxiety level.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask you. I kind of have an answer, but I'm gonna try to use you to confirm how I'm feeling. Which one do you say best describes me? I know I have to choose this for myself, but
yeah. Well, what are you thinking that you are first? I want to hear what you're.
If I had to do the scientific method and just try and process out and cut things out, I would say process of elimination. I would say carefree and loving. I'm gonna knock that out because I'm not generally that way, but I can be. Yeah. I'm proactive and I have a fiery spirit. I'm very proactive when it comes to certain things. If I like, for example, y'all don't know, I drove a 4-hour round trip for my Kindle Scribe.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't in stock.
We were supposed to get it from like somewhere nearby, and then they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have it."
Sorry, we don't have it. So I literally drove a 4-hour round trip just to pick it up. So I can be proactive. When I want to do something, I do it. Yeah.
You're very headstrong in certain situations.
Yeah, and a fiery spirit I can be if I'm passionate enough about it. I'm kind of leaning on that, but I'm also thinking like rationally and generally high-minded. I spend a lot of my days and times overthinking things and thinking a lot about a lot of things, and rationality and logic and how things function or should function. Far seeing a dynamic, I'd say no.
Really?
It depends. But what do you mean? What do you get when you see far seeing a dynamic? What do you mean by that?
You're an eternalist.
I am an eternalist, you know. Ironically, because I didn't even choose eternity.
Well, you were viewing it from a different perspective in that scenario.
Yeah, but I am a eternalist.
So that's why I think far-seeing. Yeah. Because you're a type of person that comes to a decision based on what the future could hold.
I do that a lot. Yeah.
So you're not going to make a decision. Like if we made the decision to make this video. Yeah. Right. It's like, oh, it could have a good outcome. Yeah. I don't think it'll have necessarily a bad outcome.
I've already thought about how long it would take to film it. I've already thought about what I wanted to generally say. I've already thought about how I'm going to edit. I'm already thinking about how I'm going to edit this video. Yeah. I'm already thinking about the thumbnail. I'm already thinking about the title. I'm already thinking about the view counts and the comments and making sure Kate has the time to moderate the comments. Exactly. I'm already thinking about all of that.
That's why I was thinking far-seeing.
I'm also very rational in general. I mean, I think they all describe me, but if you're seeing the far-seeing is a big part of my...
I feel like that goes into your rationale, though.
It does.
So that's why I say that, because that, in turn, meets your rationale.
Okay. Well, I'll go with that. All right. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there.
Two more.
You guys should have already known that Matthew's section would have been the longest one.
Yeah.
You should have known.
Matthew overanalyzed.
I overanalyze way too much. Man, before I go to a restaurant, I think about what I'm going to order.
Well, that's just, I do that too.
Okay, well, yeah.
That's more of an anxiety thing, though. Because I think of,
swift as a deer, quiet as a shadow, quick as a snake, calm as still water, fierce as a Wolverine. Fear cuts deeper than swords. The man who fears losing has already lost. I think quiet as a shadow for me. I don't like people knowing my movements.
That's true.
I only want people to know what I want them to know. I like to be very, even as when I speak on video, guys, everything I tell you are things that I'm comfortable with you knowing, the government knowing, the spirits knowing, my descendants knowing, my future, like grandkids or great grandkids knowing.
There's nothing that you say that is,
There's nothing I say. If I say it on video, I've already processed that I'm comfortable sharing it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I like to be very stealthy in general. I don't like people to, know where I'm going most of the time. I like to kind of beat them to myself. I don't like ironically, I don't like too much attention on myself. Even, being a content creator, you have all eyes on you. Yeah. But again,
in like a public setting.
Yeah. Yeah. But, as content creation, like I said, I only share things I'm comfortable everybody knowing.
Yeah.
So I would say quiet as a shadow. I would say that. Which do you think would would be your role in a book? Definitely not the hero. I'm not cocky enough to think I should be the hero. But I feel like I want to play an important part if I was in a book. I don't have to be the main character, but I want to be the person that at least helps the main character out, or at least, you know, play a role in the book in that type of way. I don't think I want to be the mysterious side character. I like my contributions to be known, but I also don't want to be in the front line. That makes sense. I would say I wouldn't mind being the supporting character. Because look at Emma and Gen V. She's a supporting character, but her qualities are very well known and appreciated. So I wouldn't mind being a supporting character, to be honest. I don't mind supporting the hero.
I know you already thought about this.
I was already thinking about this, yeah.
Scroll down because there's one more at the bottom.
Yeah. As I said, I love fighting. I love all this, but I don't like to fight for no reason. But I do like my swords, and I'm very picky about them. If I had to think about vibes, it would have to be this one or this one. But I also don't like bugs. So, because the first thing I'm thinking about, I'm like, yo, this looks mad pretty. Like, I could read a book here. I could, like, you know, do some work there. But I don't think it'll be as peaceful if some random spider is walking through the freaking window trying to attack me when I'm thinking, or some random moth. So my first thought was like, all the bugs. No, that ain't peaceful for me. I don't want to be eating food and I get up and come back and then I see a surprise in my pasta or something. So heck no. But it's nice to look at though.
Where you would want to be. It's what image you vibe with. I
would be there with a bug screen. I would add a bug screen, and then that would be my spot. But it might be mad hot too though. It don't look like it got a nice breeze. It don't look like Grenada breeze. So I would say if I'm vibing with a thing, if I'm vibing, I would say this, man.
Okay.
I vibe with this. Right. I do like sceneries.
Let's see.
All right, let's see what I am, bro. What do you think? What do you think I am?
I feel like you'd be a brown.
You feel like I'd be a brown? Would you be surprised if I got green?
I would be. I really would be.
Yo, let's see, bro. If I get a red Ajah, this thing is fake. All right, I'm scared to click it, but let's go.
Blue.
Blue? Really? I got blue? Interesting. The blue are focused on justice, righteousness, and general matters of ethics, morality. They are generally discreet, active, and morally upright people who value truth and justice beyond anything else. I don't think this fits me at all, to be honest. Though they can lose themselves in their work and have a reputation for being easily swayed by emotion.
I don't think that's you.
I don't think this is me, you know. I don't think that fits me at all.
I don't think so. Unless Kate has another answer about the blue Ajah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a blue.
I don't think so. I feel like for you, I would definitely more see you in the brown category.
I don't even know if brown would fit me. I think the computer just had to decide. I feel like the algorithm just had to decide.
Well, I mean, the author of the quiz makes the answers.
Yeah.
And which answers will lead to
I don't know if this describes me though.
Yeah, I don't think so. I feel like green worked pretty well for me, but I don't think you're a blue.
I don't think I'm a blue.
Yeah, you don't.
Is it because I chose the water? I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a blue, man.
I really don't think so.
I think that is inaccurate. Yeah. It's for whatever reason.
Then go for it.
It's giving me blue.
I don't see you being blue.
I don't know why it's giving me blue.
I really don't.
I don't know why it's giving me blue, man.
I really don't see you blue.
I get blue again. I mean, that kind of makes more sense, but let's see what it says.
Yeah.
The brown Ajah focus on knowledge and the preservation of history and lore. They are dreamy, love books, and usually intellectual, and tend not to care much about the outside world. Though they can be overly pensive and reclusive, they're very learned, and show moments of remarkable clarity. Some of those describe me, but if I'm actually looking at the blue Ajah, I think I might fit it more.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Do you think this fits me based on this description?
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm. Really quickly, out of all the points made, what would you say is mine? I focus on knowledge.
You do focus on knowledge. And
preservation and history, yes.
Yeah.
I can be very dreamy at times.
At times. You're very intellectual. You care a lot about the outside world.
I care a lot about the outside world.
Yeah, more than I do.
Yeah. Love books. I love books depending. I don't just love books as a whole.
Yeah.
So I can't say I fully resonate with that one.
Yeah.
Intellectual, I'd say yes.
You can be very reclusive.
I can be very reclusive.
Very. Yes.
It looks like I'm a blue, man.
Yeah, maybe you
It looks like I'm a blue.
Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah.
Or if he might be a gray.
Well, while we're here, let's quickly just try to read because Kate spent some time sending this to us for the video. So let's see if we can wrap the video and quickly read what she sent us and see if maybe that expanded description will fit better. You have real life people next to it. Well, except for some. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and try. You can read quicker than I can. So summary from season 1 and 2 show. She got this from Collider.com. So Blue Ajah.
With
the sources.
Yeah. Blue Ajah. So summary from season 1 and 2 show info. Mm-hmm. The Blue Ajah in the White Tower is centered around justice, as well as knowing what is happening in the world and trying to save it. Leandrin calls them a network of spies in the show, and in a way they're right, as Blues are known for having a large eyes and ears network. In season 1, while at the White Tower, I don't know how to pronounce the name.
I would say Megan.
I'm sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing names just from seeing.
Dusty Will said you're officially part of the time if you can't pronounce things.
Demonstrates her knowledge by referencing events we saw in earlier episodes, such as Moiraine sinking the Terran ferry. This is further punctuated, as well as the Blues' rivalry with the Reds when Moiraine, to get rid of Leandrin, blackmails her by her knowledge of the man Leandrin secretly meets. The head of the Aes Sedai, the Amyrlin seat, Suan Sanche, was once a Blue herself.
All right, info from Wheel of Time Fandom Weekly.
Yeah, the Blue Ajah, the Aes Sedai, normally involve themselves with righteous causes and justice. They have the most extensive eyes and ears network, spies. No, most real life people, kind of like MLK Jr.
I don't know if I'm like MLK. I would never dare to make that comparison.
Yeah.
I would never dare to make that comparison. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Introduced through Alana, the Greens are preparing for only one thing: Tarmangaiden, the last battle. Where the Blues focus on saving the world, the Greens are preparing for the war itself. Alana in episode 4 calls it the Battle Ajah, mentioning how she thought choosing it was so heroic. Being the Battle Ajah means that they follow different rules surrounding warders, bonding with as many as they like. In many ways, they are the opposite of the Reds because of that. While the dynamics between Aes Sedai and their warders are not always romantic, we do see that Alana and her 2 warders, Maxim and Ivan, are in a relationship. Been called the Battle Ajah and are excellent.
Well, the top. Yeah.
The Green Ajah of the Aes Sedai itself, ready for Tarmangaiden, the final battle between good and evil. They have been called the Battle Ajah and are excellent generals who can plan effective battle strategies. They bond with as many warders as they wish and have been on friendly terms with the Blue Ajah. Eisenhower, Patton,
Friendly terms, the Blue Ajah. You can be very strategic when you want to be. You're good at coming up with. You're good. You're not like strategic like me, like Thrawn strategic, but you're good at. I think you're actually very good at coming up with things on the spot. I think so. I personally feel that that's a strength of yours. So that definitely fits you.
And the whole warder thing too. I feel like I have very specific bonds with people.
Yeah.
And while obviously not all romantic in that sense.
Yeah, and I just say it doesn't have to be romantic.
Yeah.
That was just Alana's choice.
Yeah, but I feel like I have very specific bonds that are strong.
Yeah. I definitely might be a Blue.
Yeah, you might be.
I might be a Blue.
I really want to know what people are thinking though.
Well, guys.
You think that the quiz differs from what we might actually be?
I mean, I think there's nuance to everything.
Yeah.
And even within the blues, I feel like everybody still has room for their personality. Mm-hmm. For example, you know, Moiraine, we haven't seen many of the blues yet.
Yeah.
But Moiraine was clearly had her own baggage she was dealing with, you know, on top of, you know, but I'm pretty sure other blues would have had other ways of dealing with things. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if they had to come together on certain situations, because I feel like at Moiraine is only focused, she's not necessarily focused on justice for every single situation she encounters. Moiraine would literally leave a person to die if it's not benefiting the overall outcome.
Yeah.
So Moiraine, for example, she has a focus that she, from what we've seen, something that she was focused on, a mission she's been focused on, and nothing will get in her way of that. Mm-hmm. You know, case in point with Rand and being the dragon, you know, that mission is very dear to her. So like, for instance, the guy like the fairy, you know, she didn't go back to save him.
Yeah.
Cause and effect.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I have a main goal that I want to accomplish, if you're in my way, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna, you know, bend over backwards for every little thing.
Maybe you're a blue, man.
Maybe I'm a blue. Y'all let us know. I mean, to wrap up the video, let us know in the comments. This is nearly a 2-hour video as always. Let us know in the comments, what do you think best describes both of us?
And what do you think you are?
And what do you think I am? What do you think best describes me?
No. Them.
Huh?
What do they think?
Oh, I think you were talking about me.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. No, for you. What do you think? Yeah, that as well. Yeah. Let us know what you think best describes you. If you did the test, see what you are. I mean, I see some of you guys on Twitter that you have your Ajah next to your Twitter handles and things. So did you choose that by yourself? Or did you go through kind of like a test questionnaire to kind of see what you identify as?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you have anything else you want to add, I think that's pretty much it.
I think we wrap it up here.
Yeah, I think that made for a very interesting video.
Yeah.
And
2 hours.
Almost a 2-hour video. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's it for this video. Yeah. So that's it. All right. Thank you. Remember, our Patreon will have another video up
before the end of the month. You guys won't be seeing that video until November. Every video that you guys get on YouTube will be always one video behind Patreon. Yes.
Patreon will be getting 2 videos a month.
A little bit of extra content.
And unedited. So you guys have seen the edited version of this video. Patreon got the complete unedited version. So there's some conversations that we might have had in the video that didn't make it to the final cut. If you guys want to see that, it will be on Patreon.
Yeah.
So yeah, please do consider joining the Patreon for the bonus content and seeing the unedited discussions. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for clicking. And remember, if this video brought you here to the channel for the first time, because we didn't think about that, you made it to the end, thank you. Please consider watching our reactions to season 2 if you want to get to know a little bit more about our perspectives on the Wheel of Time. We are non-book readers, so please try to keep everything spoiler free if you are new here, and as much as possible, and go check out our season 1 reactions. They're on different channels, but there's playlists for that, so go ahead and check that out. And that's it. Yeah. And we'll see you in the next one. Clockmaster and
Cosmic Binks.
Out.